This video is sponsored by War Thunder, more on them later. Here we are, 2 years later since the release of Dying Light 2. It's been over a month since Dying Light 2 added in guns and firearms into their game. Since then, community response has been pretty positive, and the game has been getting little updates here and there to keep things fresh and exciting. Tech1 managed to add in new survivor missions and new quests. Modders are taking matters into their own hands and added in their own makeshift weapons, recreating the entire E3 demo from years ago, and they're simply incredible. The continued support from both the community and the developers during their anniversary month was awesome, and now 2 years later, the game retains a pretty high player count. But before we do dive deeper, remember to subscribe. We are aiming for 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so please do and drop a like as well. The next Dying Light 2 video will be released at 5,000 likes, so let's try to hit that. I do not like these contexts. We're back. Hey, it's OniZombies. But now you're probably wondering, what is this self-promoting asshole going to talk about for almost 20 minutes? Well, a bunch of those little updates I mentioned earlier included Tech1 added in the Scorpio weapon, the outfit from the following, but more importantly, a fully fleshed out quest involving Tolga and Fatin. You remember these guys from Dying Light 1? Well, they are back, and the quest that involves them is single-handedly one of the best quests that Tech1 has produced for Dying Light 2. And I need to talk about it because I have nothing but praise for them with this. The quest was a great step in the right direction after a pretty lacking first DLC. The quest just works on so many different levels. Not only does it embrace the outlandish themes and what could occur in the world of Dying Light, it shows that the game doesn't need to be super hyper focused on telling realistic stories that are grounded, trying to provoke human emotions, and focusing on humans and their conflicts. I think this quest, while it is 2 years later since release, it does a lot for the game and the future of the franchise. The quest shows that when developers are just given free rein to express their creativity, they can create these compelling stories. What also works so well is that this quest provides further character development for both old and new faces. What this little 2-hour quest was able to achieve is mind-boggling. It feels like Aiden, the main character, he got so much more depth to his motivations and actually got some character development in here. Like he finally figured out his place in this world and beyond. This quest helped establish his own voice, identity, and character, something separate from Kyle Crane. And Tolga and Fatin helped make that happen. And spoiler warning for the entire thing, it just took for Aiden to fight himself for this transition to fully complete.
I don't like any of you.
So yeah, this quest, it has multiverses, time traveling, doppelgangers, more doppelgangers, even more doppelgangers, teleporting time machines, erasing universes simply by punching them, and then of course, Tolga and Fatin. And these also really cool goggles that make for a great YouTube thumbnail. But like I said, I know this is so outlandish. I get it. This may not be what people want to see in the Dying Light franchise. But I ask you, what sounds more interesting to you? Tracking down your evil doppelganger who wants to exterminate different universes to cleanse them from the infected virus, or an argument over who gets water between this lady and this guy? Actually, on second thought,
Oi, move. Not for any reason in particular or anything.
I get it. I can see where some of the criticisms are with this quest. But for me, I think I prefer the more outlandish and wild stories that are so unique and out there than something bland that has been done time and time again, especially in the zombie genre. I don't really care about the basic survival needs and the struggles of humans. It's the same shit every time. Embrace the weird and jarring shit. That's how you really stand out. Now, in order to get this quest started, you need to head over to the Peacekeeper ship, go to this quest board, and download War Thunder, the most comprehensive vehicle combat game ever made. With over 2,500 different tanks, planes, helicopters, and ships, you can fully immerse yourself into the intense combat that is War Thunder. You can do this alongside a community of over 70 million players in epic PvP battles today, all available on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox, all for free. What I love the most about War Thunder is that it has an impressive damage X-ray view, where you can see how each shell penetrates your enemies. Play War Thunder today by using the link down below in the description or in the pinned comment. Signing up today will give you a massive bonus pack of multiple premium vehicles, the Eagle of Valor Decorator, 100,000 Silver Lions, and 7 days of a premium account. For new and returning players that haven't played for at least 6 months, all available for a limited time, so act quickly. Thanks again to War Thunder for sponsoring this video. Let's get back to it now. Now, since you have downloaded War Thunder, right next to it, you will see a quest called Missing Persons. Activate this one and it will trigger a cutscene. That immediately is your first sign that you did something right, because all the other quests on this board, they don't have full-on cutscenes. Only the Tolga and Fatin one does. Now, side note, this is one of the only major faults with this quest. It's so hidden and most people will overlook something like this unless you're actively paying attention to the community, watching videos online, and keeping yourself in the loop. Joe Schmo, who just casually plays Dying Light and doesn't know what a Discord is maybe very unlikely to find this. That's just a small little thing worth mentioning. Now, you start up this quest and you are immediately roped in from the very beginning. You track down a guy named Michael who's in a complete panic when he sees you, and then these rifts, they start appearing, and then zombies just come flying through, and you're just like, what are we doing here? No foreplay, no drink, we're just jumping right into it. I didn't even put my bag down yet. The first thing I must give praise to here is with the camera work in this quest. I don't know if they got different developers, changed up their animation style, or what exactly it is, but the new cutscenes involve the use of free cam in numerous instances. Most of the cutscenes, like 99% of them in Dying Light 2, are seen through the eyes of Aiden. But the introduction of this dynamic camera angles and close-up shots, it adds a fresh perspective to Dying Light 2's narrative delivery. While these techniques have become pretty common in other high-budget titles, their implementation here feels somewhat innovative and refreshing to this particular franchise. These cinematic touches not only enhance immersion, but also pave the way for future storytelling possibilities. Seeing them test out different tactics will surely be utilized in DLC 2. I almost guarantee it. But after this, you fight a little bit, and then bam, you meet the boys like you never left, and they are back with their witty and condescending charm. It's been so long since we've seen these guys, and I'm so happy that they're back. It's like we never left them, and we are immediately sucked right back into their shenanigans and crazy adventures just like Dying Light 1. And this quest will likely take you around 90 minutes, possibly a little bit longer. It does involve a bit of backtracking and fetching, but I think the intrigue with the story just made me feel more purposeful with going and trying to achieve my objective. A good portion of this quest involves looking for rifts around the open world. You're given an awesome looking pair of goggles and other pieces to an outfit as you progress. Each time you find them, you're transported to different areas, sometimes even different realities and universes. Each universe and area has some sort of identity that just makes it stand on its own. This one right here, it looks like I took acid with my friends. It's incredibly trippy as different pieces of the world are floating around. You need to rely on your parkour skills to navigate through this trippy environment and reach the end. This one, you're a little tiny boy, an elf in Santa's workshop. Look how tiny I am. Everything around you is massive. Feels like a level out of It Takes Two. Exploring the different realities, it offers a glimpse into the boundless creativity of the developers when given that freedom to explore diverse and imaginative concepts. I was drawn to the unpredictable and unique elements woven into this quest, offering a departure from the usual narratives that we've seen in the base game of Dying Light 2. For instance, at a certain point, you find yourself collecting anomalies to throw into a destabilizing rift, adding to the surreal and surprising nature of this journey. At a certain point in the story, you come across the Haran Cave, and you start listening to the conflicts Aiden has faced and has yet to confront, and it just adds that depth to his character development, surpassing the impact of anything seen in the base game, in my opinion. You can hear his internal struggles of the past, hear different versions of himself that are more sinister and evil. One version of Aiden is Walt's puppet, asking him what needs to be done next.
Walt, what do you need me to do next?
Another version of Aiden, one that wants to exterminate the universe to cleanse away the infected.
The only thing that matters is stopping that virus from spreading.
But one, it shows a glimpse into a reality where Aiden, he has a normal life, calling for his father and for Mia.
Dad, I'll be there shortly. Mia's coming too.
Your Aiden, our Aiden, will never have the opportunity to fully explore those alternate realities, for better or for worse. Our version is fated to never experience a normal life. Like I said, in some of those alternate versions, he's depicted as darker and and even villainous. While there are glimpses of normalcy and an ordinary life, there are also those realities and versions of himself that are far more grim and unsettling, and we get to see that a little bit more clearly as time progresses with this quest. That evil version of Aiden is the antagonist to this story here, and Aiden struggles delve into profound questions of identity and morality, prompting players to ponder the significance of choices and the roads untraveled. He faces moments of doubt, fear, and deep introspection. He is forced to confront his own identity, kill the versions of himself that he doesn't agree with. The moment where he's given the choice and acts upon it is when Aiden's true character and personality shines through. We get to learn what he truly stands for. It's a defining moment where we witness his core beliefs, values, and a moral compass in action, revealing the depths of his character and setting the course for his future journey, finally separating his character from Kyle Crane, but also leaving behind the previous versions of Aiden as we know it. It's somewhat of a clean slate with what comes next, and it's the perfect spot to be going into DLC 2. Side note, I'm obviously talking about the good ending, not the funny ending where you destroy the universe. That one is a troll. It's clear the intended and canon ending is the one where you obliterate countless versions of yourself over and over. It's incredible how much this little quest was able to achieve. Even using Tolga and Fatin, their characters get further developed emotionally too. When villain Aiden kills Fatin, we witness Tolga springing into action, driven by an urgent need to save his brother. His immediate reaction reflects his comfort zone, tackling problems head on with creativity and resourcefulness, traits honed over the years of working together with his brother. This moment becomes Tolga's ultimate trial as he draws upon all of the lessons learned from their shared past in a desperate bid to rescue his beloved sibling, and it's hinted that he may have been successful. It's kind of unclear. Hopefully it'll be answered in future expansions, possibly DLC 2. I don't know. One thing worth mentioning is that the community has long questioned Tech1's vision for Dying Light 2. The game's overall direction, it remains unclear at times, but it is getting better as time goes on. One major thing players keep constantly asking, is this game striving to be an immersive zombie survival experience? A fully realized RPG where players truly inhabit the role of a survivor in this role? Because if that's the aim, it falls short. The storytelling, especially in the base game and Bloody Ties, it often feels uninspired, retelling the same tired tale seen in other zombie media. Instead of offering something fresh and innovative, it just ends up rehashing familiar tropes. When Dying Light ventures into that more unconventional territory, it offers unique narratives that break new ground in the genre. It's the type of narrative we want to see in the community. The DLCs from the original game succeeded partly due to their mysterious and intriguing storylines. In the following, Kyle tries to learn more about this secretive group living in the countryside that apparently has a cure. It's a cult that successfully embraces the virus, overlooking its faults and wielding it as a powerful force to change one's identity and better their life and share this gift to others who are suffering. After this Tolga and Fatin quest, it seems like the developers grasped the mood and the tone of the franchise more clearly. It felt like a natural continuation of the world introduced in the original game, maintaining the essence of what made Dying Light 1 so memorable. It felt like a proper Dying Light 1 quest more than any quest in Dying Light 2, if that makes sense. The inclusion of elements like time traveling, rifts, and multiverses may seem so bizarre at first, especially in the context of a zombie survival game like Dying Light 2, but honestly, I just found myself drawn to this direction more than previous iterations of this particular game's narrative. These distinctive features gives us a storyline of both unpredictability and fascination, offering a fresh perspective that diverges from the typical zombie apocalypse cliches. Previous iterations of this particular game's narrative, this small little quest opens up so many more avenues for exploration and storytelling for the future. The conclusion of this quest, it sets the stage for a potential DLC 2 that further explores those themes, leaving room for expansion and the possibility of encountering other familiar characters along that way. But yeah, that's all I got. See you later. Bye-bye. Again, thank you so much to War Thunder for sponsoring this video. You can play today for free on PC, PlayStation, and also Xbox. You can do so by using my link down below in the description or in the pinned comment. Signing up today will give you a massive bonus pack of multiple premium vehicles, Eagle of Valor Decorator, 100,000 Silver Lions, and 7 days of a premium account for new and returning players that haven't played in the last 6 months. Again, thank you to War Thunder for sponsoring this video, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye-bye.